Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Everyday Survival Gear, and today we will be reviewing the Astrolux FT03. So here it is, well at least here's the cutout for it. So we'll get started with a nice box that it comes in. It does come in a pretty nice box considering it's only like a $28 light. That is pretty cool. Good work there by Astrolux. If we open the box, you can see we get a 18650 adapter, so that's to fit your 18650s in. You get the instruction manual, upside down, user manual. We also get, I guess, a few spare O-rings and also a lanyard. And we get the Astrolux FT03 itself. My one's staying in the box so it doesn't get completely broken. So you can see my one's already been open. Obviously, you've probably already seen the other beam shots. So yeah, I'm not at home, so I don't have my usual setup with me. So excuse that, excuse the glasses and whatnot. I'm on Easter holidays. So yeah, actually first things first, if you're looking for more beam shots, I'm going to take this to the park at the end. So just skip to the end, or you can watch the old ones in my yard. Whichever one you like, it's up to you. Alright, so first things first, we'll run over the specs. This is the Astrolux FT03, as I've already said. It uses the Luminous SST40. You can either buy it in the cold white or the neutral white. My one is the cold white variant, because basically I didn't want to wait for the neutral white. I would have liked one of the LEDs, but I could have used it in something else. And also, funnily enough, this side doesn't have it. Where is it? I believe my one is probably one of the original 500, even though I didn't order it. So I got someone's late. Sorry guys. Yeah, so let me move that out of the way. There's also that. What other specs? Basically it's using a FET with a side switch. There's no clicky on the light at all. The driver is designed by TA, Texas Avenger. And the UI is by Tom E. It's basically Nazrul M, modified by TA. Where do we go from there? It's using a copper direct thermal path MC PCB, which is 28 mils. Its rated output by Astrolux is 2400 lumens. I got a little bit less than that. I got about 2250. Not sure how right my numbers are because people with the neutral whites actually got more than me, so I'm not sure if my numbers are off. And for Candela, they rated at 190,000 CD. My one got rated at 230, so it's actually 40 KCD extra than what the specs say. That is measured at 5 meters. What's going on next? Basically, it can use a 26650, a 21700, or a 18650 cell. I do not own any 21700, so I cannot check with that. I do have a little color, one of the original blue ones inside here. I'll show you guys that in a sec. It's got a inbuilt USB Type-C charger. The body is an aluminium alloy with Type 3 hard anodizing. It is actually pretty good anodizing job actually. I quite like the color. It's not too shiny or not too dull. It's really nice. It's pretty good. It also has, of course, AR coated glass. What else? It is apparently IPX7 rated, but then it says do not immerse in liquids. Impact resistant up to 1.5 meters. It's approximately 301 grams without a battery. 170 mils in length, 69.5 mils is the head diameter, and the body diameter is 34.5 mils. Yeah, so high quality smooth reflector. We'll take it apart and I'll show you guys inside. Alright, so I'm going to take off at least the front of this light. So first of all, we'll lock it out. We'll take it apart at the back. You know, it's pretty cool looking light. It's not like outstanding, but then it's also not too bland. Like the knurling design here is pretty good, even though it doesn't have that much knurling. It's not too bad. It's got like little heat cutouts here. you know, it looks pretty nice around here with the shiny part. Like you expect it to be like a more premium light. That's what I can say. So on the back end here, we've actually got double springs. Not sure. They look like they're probably gold plated from the color. That's what I would say. Gold or bronze. It's pretty hard to say. So yeah, so inside I'm running a little color 26650. I've had these now for years, so yeah. You can't buy these anymore, so it is what it is. Apparently these are the best little color performing cells out there, so yeah, I don't know. Don't know that much about those. So it does come apart here. If you brought one that's not within the first 1,000, even though my one wasn't supposed to be, I did get one that was. It'll be glued. All these will all be glued. So that's the battery tube here. The battery tube has plenty of size. Sorry, plenty of like length, so it can fit in 21/700s. Also a double spring on this side. The same material. Focus. Camera's on manual focus and it's kind of stuffing up. Yeah, so I don't have tweezers with me because I'm not at home, so I can't really pull out the driver right now. But we'll take apart the front end. I'll show you guys. The driver does have a USB Type-C charger that does charge at 2 amp rate. For some reason, the charger doesn't charge the battery if it's at 4 volts and over, which is a bit weird, but nah, that's okay. So we'll take apart the front. I've got my own specs here. So basically, the lens is 65mm, and I said the head was 69.5mm in total. If your one's glued, it's going to be a lot harder than this to take apart, so just keep that in mind. There's an O-ring that sits inside here. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's an O-ring that sits inside there. When I've been tightening my one down, it's been getting pinched, so that's a bit of a con. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe the grooves where the O-ring sits aren't the best, but I haven't really taken it out yet to have a proper look. So yes, the reflector is actually 62mm in size. Can you guys see me? Hello. Oh no, the reflector moved. Where is my LED? There we go. And I just de-domed it. That's the reflector there, 62mm. You can see it's got like a few little dirt marks on it. I'm a bit weary of like trying to clean them off because I don't really have very good luck with big reflectors, and cleaning them, they always end up broken. So yeah, so 62mm on the outside, about 60mm on the inside. The bottom actually has a giant opening. Look at how big that is. I can fit my finger in there. That's how big that opening is. The bottom opening is 18mm, which kind of makes it a pain in the ass if you want to change the LED. So just keep that in mind. It comes with this big gasket here. So the gasket itself is 23mm in diameter, so it's not really a gasket for focus, it's more of a gasket as in an insulation ring. And there's the LED and the MC PCB there, the luminous SST40, my one in cold white, and the MC PCB is 28mm in diameter, and it's also like screwed down. So yeah, the screws aren't really there to screw it down, I don't think. I think they're more so there to keep it from moving to the sides. Yeah, so it is a direct thermal path copper board. And if we were to pull this driver apart, it is actually a 30mm in diameter driver, so not really a regular size. And of course the USB Type-C is also connected to the driver too. Let me just check my paper if I went through everything. These are all handwritten down by me. Yeah, okay. So we got gasket, reflector, bottom opening, MCP. Yep, that's pretty much everything. So if we put this kind of back together, one of the good things that I quite like about the light is that how low the reflector sits down. So if we have a look inside here, you can see that the LED sits pretty high up in the reflector. That's pretty much exactly what you want if you want good throw. So that's also a bonus, which might be one of the bonuses about using such a wide opening. But then by having that wide opening, it kind of limits your choice of LEDs. This is a 50 by 50 diameter LED. So basically, the SST40 is the same size as what the XML2s use. So you can't really just solder on a XPG2 because it's too small. Alright, so now I just put that back on. I'll put the light back together. What is that tube inside there? No? I don't know what's going on here. Suss it out. There we go, like so. Battery this way down. And tail cap on. My tail cap threads are lubed pretty well. There is an O-ring there, and I'm pretty sure there is an O-ring here. I forgot. Yeah, there is. You can see it. Yeah, there is. That's pretty sweet. So easy. Push that down like so. So basically, the driver is designed by TA, Texas Avenger, another BLF member. And it's using his modded version of Nazrul M by Tom E. I don't really have like that much experience with Nazrul, so it is what it is. It is a ramping UI, so right now it's on the lowest mode, which will be like a moonlight mode, and we go all the way up, and it ramps to about 80%, but it doesn't go to turbo. So to get to turbo, you got to double click, and then it gets to turbo mode like so. So on turbo mode, over 2,200 lumens if you're using a good cell. No matter if you got a neutral white or a cold white, you should be pushing out about 2,200 lumens at least. And then to ramp back down, we just push and hold, and then it ramps back down. It's got really cool features, like a battery check feature. It's got the light that stays on. You can disable this, and you can change the brightness. I really do not know how to do that yet. You can choose different modes and change the modes. So you don't need it in ramping. You can choose like from a whole bunch of different modes, which it shows here in the manual. So this driver is like crazy. It's got a lot of stuff. So yeah, so basically like all in all, I really think it's a light that you can't beat. For like $28, it's a really, really good buy. I'll put it up here. So I'll show you the light compared to my Convoy L2. Put that back a little bit. Let's go up here. So that's my Convoy L2 there, and that's the FT03 there. And a blast from the past is the U-Torch. Is it the UT03? I forgot what this light's called. But that's that light there. I stuffed up the reflector in mine, which is why I really don't like taking them apart too much when they got big reflectors, because they can get damaged pretty easy. So we'll take all of these to the park and check out how they go against each other. Alright guys, so now we've got the FT03 out at the park, using the Luminous SST40 on direct drive. So yeah, this is it here. That tree there is at 70 meters distance. You can probably see that a little bit better than the tree at my house, because the tree at my house is a lot further away. Yeah, not the biggest area where we're at. I kind of go fishing where that light's flashing over there. That's a buoy, and I usually fish off that edge there. So yeah. Not on direct drive mode now, from what I can tell. Must be the highest ramping mode. We'll play with the ramping mode and see how it goes. So actually that's the highest of the ramping mode there right now. But we've still got a lot to give, because we've still got to direct drive mode. But we'll ramp down a bit. So that's another kind of lower mode. I don't know what the output would be. So that's on the lowest mode. It's still on, as you can see. We'll ramp back up. That's the highest of the ramping mode, and then we'll have a little look around, check out what's at the trees, check out there's a little water around us, as you can hear. Go back down to that far tree, and we'll double click for turbo mode, I guess. So that's turbo mode there. Turbo mode actually does make quite a big difference. Pretty cool. As measured by me, 230 KCD. It could even be a little bit more, because my measurements are always pretty low when measuring the KCD of torches. So yeah, that tree is a little bit closer, You can see that one a lot better. We'll go to the top of that tree over there. Because the tree is probably like 15 meters tall, you're probably like 75 meters there or something. Is that how it works? I don't really have that many torches to compare it to because it's quite a unique light considering it's a Ferrol but it still has its dome on. So we'll compare it to the UT03 U-torch and see how it does, I guess. Alright guys, now I've got the U-torch UT03 on. It's kind of a torch that once I got, I never really use it again because I ruined the reflector in it, so that kind of pissed me off. I tarnished it and scratched it, and then I had to kind of polish it, and once you polish it back up, it never looks the same. So yeah, throw will be down on this. It is using the XPL, the XHP 35 in the HI, but yeah. So over here to the left is the Astrolux FT03 and U-torch UT03 to the right and FT03 to the left. We'll just try what mode we're on. We'll double click, and that's turbo mode. So U-torch here, Astrolux here. You can see that the Astrolux is definitely a lot brighter, and it appears that it will throw much further. It pretty much wipes out the whole beam of the UT03. You can see a difference in tint, but the U-torch does have a pretty cool tint. I think it's a neutral white. Not as harsh as the FT03, that's for sure. We'll try my what's it called, Convoy L2 next and see how that goes, I guess. Alright guys, now this is my Convoy L2. You can see it is really throwy. You can see how small the hotspot is. It's using a direct drive with a deep domed XPG2. Yeah, that's pretty much all that you can say. So FT03 to the left and L2 to the right. So you can see output wise the FT03 is going to be a lot brighter, but then the L2 does actually throw a lot further in stock form. Once I slice the dome on the SST40, they should be pretty similar. In the other video, I was trying to figure out modes on this L2, and then I remembered that I changed the driver in it from the BLF A6 driver to another direct drive that only has like 4 modes, so that was the main difference there. So to that tree, that's the hotspot on the FT03, and that's the hotspot on the L2. The L2 is just about 100 kcd better at throwing. It looks like it's actually probably more than that, but it's really not. Alright, I'll turn the L2 off. Alright guys, this has been Chris from Everyday Survival Gear bringing you the review of the Astrolux FT03. I probably should have done these beam shots and then just done normal beam shots in my backyard for this review, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching guys.